This is the October 2025 energy update, where we are going to cover topics that involve 3i Atlas. We're going to cover topics that involve sun or solar activity that we are likely to see come through in the month of October. And we're going to go through, I'm going to invite in our ascension teams as well as our guardian angels to help come around us and support us to receive whatever information is in the highest and best good of all. So I'm having all of the guides scan all of you, those of you that would want to be scanned, in the way of having your guides see your chakra system and then be able to bring through light codes specific to your chakra system. Then just say yes. Of course, no driving or operating machinery. By participating in this, you take full responsibility for yourself. And I always encourage hydration with any type of channeled messaging, healing, or light coding that you may be co-weaving with, co-participating in, and co-receiving with me here in this space. So I'm going to drop right in. It feels like we have some Pleiadian emissaries and some Arcturian emissaries. So I'm going to drop in and just be the facilitator of the messages that are coming in and through. Yes, dear ones, we are the Pleiadian emissaries that are here to assist in this evolutionary phase, this evolutionary shift in your humanity's consciousness. We are here to support you in remembering all that you are. We are also here to support you in your remembrance of Lemuria or Mu. We were very present in the creation of they're struggling to find a word in my consciousness. Experience is the best word that we can use, and we sense that most of you, when you're connecting to Lemurian energies, will also sense us, the Pleiadians. The microphone, so to speak, is being proverbially handed over to the Arcturian emissaries. Yes, we are the Arcturian emissaries, and we have been working with Bree for a bit longer, at least consciously, than the Pleiadians have. And what we mean by this is that when Bree began her healing journey, she started out needing to heal her masculine energies, and for her in particular, the Arcturians would be the best facilitators of shifts in that aspecting of her being. And we move forth with the information we are to bring, which is that there are many technologies that are being brought to your planet. Many technologies utilizing plasma. And what we would like you all to know is that plasma is alive. Plasma is conscious. It is the part of light that does not ever lose consciousness. So we encourage you, as you're interacting with some of these plasmoids in your skies, to allow for your subtle body to receive light coding that will open your sensorium and gifts. They're kind of becoming one now, these Arcturians and Pleiadians. They're kind of, I don't know why this is happening, but they're showing me that they're all sort of talking amongst each other. It's kind of a reunion feel. Feels like a work party. So I'm just calling on my Akashic embodiment to help me understand this. We're helping to unify your fields. We're helping to allow the part of you that feels like love and the part of you that feels like light to become one. And some of you will connect to Pleiadians in the way of love or in the way of light, and some of you will connect to Arcturians in the way of love, in the way of light, but within your perceptions, you might sense that you connect with either one of these and either one of these systems more potently. For example, Bree considers the Pleiades a very strong connection to love, and she feels the Arcturians are a very strong connection to light. In other words, the Pleiadians assist her more in her emotions and in her soulful embodiment, whereas the Arcturians assist her more in her mental capacities, in her building processes, and in her masculine energies. We share this with you not so you can know of her. We share this with you because if you are resonating with her content, then you may have similar perceptions or connections within your Oversoul channel and your connection into this being that you are incarnate as now. Now we bring you to 3i Atlas. The month of October will be very significant for 3i Atlas and its interaction with your sun. Now please know, and some of you haven't realized this yet, but 3i Atlas is also going to interact with the great central sun. For when any consciously operated group or object approaches a star, it will so too interact with the great central sun. This is true for all of the stars, and this will connect many of you to a greater understanding of the vastness and interconnected nature of the cosmos. There are layers within layers. Some layers are more connected than others. Some veils between layers are stronger than others. And yes, we can share we are referring at times to dimensions. For example, this wall that you've traversed between the third and the fourth dimension was a very strongly formulated wall, and you have, as a collective, pushed past it. Yes, we hear, many of you, that you've been told the story of the separation. One group of humans moving in a sleep direction or a fear direction, one group of humans moving in a love direction or an awake direction. This is not true. You will be moving in this as a collective. This is happening for Mama Gaia. It's happening for your son. It is happening for all. It is not limited to your space-time continuum. It is not limited to your planet. And this should help some of your physicists and scientists and engineers to better understand the collective energetic workings of this space-time continuum. We now are hearing Bree as she asks that she noticed in the law of one that they referred to space-time and time-space, both of these orders of words, and it piqued her interest. She'd like to know what we're showing her is that I'll just explain as best I can. They're showing me units of measurement. They're showing me when you measure time, space, it's like more variable, and then when you measure space, time, it's more fixed. Don't know how to understand this, but this is what they're showing us. So that is just simply a bit of mind candy that we allow you all to unpack as you move through your space-time continuum. And we just want to clarify that the reason we speak in these ways is to bridge multidimensional consciousness in a way that you can palate. This is one of the main reasons that we work with the vocabulary that is in the individual being to best facilitate a connection with the beings that will be resonating with the message. So you see, we do use words that at times you or Bree will not understand. But this is typically to indicate to you where there is room for expansion and where there is room for you to they're showing me two words, either mentally expand or consciously shift, and they both seem to be the same energetic. Yeah, so this is the High Council of Light at the end here. They're just sharing. Yes, dear ones, we do not seek in these monthly messages to give you much in the way of details or information. Enough disclosure will be present on your planet in the next months that we do not need to fill those shoes or gaps. And what we are here to bring, for the most part, is an energetic that will smooth and bridge this transition of you from a being that may have been oriented by their ego to a being who is now oriented solely by their soul. We also use higher self here in the verbiage. They're dropping me right back down to the Akashic Records. Okay, we're stopping in the Akashic Records. They want me to share that you can all give a lay of this land, this Akashic field. You'll all have a touch point into this Akashic field. They're also sharing that if we start to consider how we connect to our monad and how we connect to the Akashic field, and then start to understand that they're much more one than we knew before, we're going to be assisted in our evolution. Okay, great. Okay, now I'm just going to return. As I'm landing back down, I just want to share that I have so many questions after that. I have so many questions. And I also will just share the visuals I was getting. They just kept showing me expansion. So they were showing me kind of Earth expanding. They also showed me, this feels important, the Earth's, I listened to a beautiful conversation between Pam Gregory and Stefan Burns. It's on both of their YouTube pages, and you can look this video up. But Pam asked if the core of Mama Gaia was expanding, and immediately when I heard that question, I got a yes, like right away. And then when I was just channeling this message for this month, they kept showing me that. So they're showing me like the cores of the planets and the cores of the stars doing this. It wasn't like a major expansion. It just looked like it was getting, everything was getting a little bit wider. So take this for what resonates for you, let go of what doesn't, explore further the things that really piqued your interest and seem to be like, kind of opening some spaces within you. And I love you all. Take a look at my descriptions below. Let's take a deep breath together. Namaste.